All right, so welcome again. This has been a long one, a long awaiting one as well. Long awaiting one. Reason being for that, most definitely because people are asking me, when will I start the Premier League, the English Premier League, even specifically the Arsenal content? People are asking, when will I restart the Arsenal content? But guess what, people? It is back now. It is back. And what is this wasp doing in here? Anyways, so people, we are back with the English Premier League, specifically Arsenal. I see people shouting Chelsea in the comment section early fast. So I'm gonna drop the link. I'll be dropping the link right away. I'll be dropping the link most definitely to get the show going as early as possible. Now, this is basically prediction show. Prediction also the season prediction and the predictions for tomorrow and the weekend going forward. This is something that we want to do every single week. We want to do the predictions every single week, people. And let's see how best we can do that. Maybe we can even dab in a little bit in the FPL because since you all know, I am now a FPL legend. I am now an FPL legend, so look out for that one. My first last season was the first. I would say my first season playing FPL right through the season. Like my second season, but my first season taking it serious, and I went over 2,000. So that's a big plus. That's a huge plus. But most definitely, we will be looking at a lot of things tonight. But most definitely. So let me jump in the comment section. First and foremost, guys, as you come in, smash the like button. Do not be afraid. Smash the like button, people. Mark Chad said Chelsea. Shouting blue. Jerome said Arsenal top 4, maybe win the Premiership. Wow, win the Premiership. Big up classics. Arteta in. I mean, hey, I usually have an Arteta. Trust in Arteta, trust the process. A little stop sticker right on the wall right here. I used to have one. I definitely used to have one. Kingley, big up. Arsenal now finishing at top 6. Sound like a Manchester United fan. That is the true words of a Manchester United fan. So people, like a Manchester United fan. Classic. That is the background. True words. All right, that's good. That's good. Yeah, man, that's good. So, things.
Kingley, this foot. Things good, you know. See, you look excited for your season.
Of course. Then, come on, Arsenal back in, man. Arsenal are going to play some ball now, no.
No, sir, not military.
Morris said Manu top 3. Really, no?
That will never happen. Look if they get top 6 next season.
Look if they get top 6?
Yeah.
John knows, right? The Liverpool and the Man City fans, them bragging rights high, you know, man. Liverpool and Man City fans bragging rights high.
Well, in the first trophy for the season already, you know.
With the Community Shield?
Yeah, plate. Some fans can't even know chat about the plate because some of them team not even carrying teacup.
But the last time Arsenal won it, they said that it's a charity cup, so the charity plate. So
yeah, plate said we, but it's not a trophy. And some team with a dead feet trophy. You look at plate.
According to most people, still, it's not valid when Arsenal win it. So why should I give it any form of praise now?
It's not valuable, but trophy.
True. J King, big up J King. We have a lot of things to discuss now. We have a lot of things to discuss. But most definitely looking forward to have a really entertaining conversation tonight. Shaz asleep. Shaz asleep. Shaz wake up yet.
No, I'm going to check him and say the pan.
Yeah, shot him a message, man. Shot him a message. All right, so I'm gonna kick it off. Let us kick it off. The first thing that's on the agenda is the predictions, the season prediction. That is the first thing on the agenda, the season predictions. Then we're gonna go through to
Oh, see man, forward money.
Yeah, man, Mr. said there. The first thing that is on the agenda is the season predictions. That's the first thing on the agenda.
Yeah, you get the feedback.
No, me not hear none.
Alright.
Me not hear none. So the first thing on the agenda is the season prediction. The season predictions, people. Shaz. No, he's a Man City
You
fan.
can't ask title defense to come get a prediction first, brother. Talk to the lower league, brother.
Eh?
Can't ask the title for give no decision first, brother. Top team, you have to talk to them.
Wait, I can't jump into that yet.
They're too early if you talk about the top team, them, brother.
All right, so me could run through the transfer market then. Let's go through the transfer market. Let's look at the transfer market. So there's a few things we're going to look at. We're going to look at top 6. We'll look at top 6, top 3. Well, top 4, so top 4 Champions League position. Leading goal scorer, leading assist, manager of the season, player of the season. So these are the things that we will be looking at.
What about possible relegation?
It's come on assault Fulham.
It's more lower team than me.
Come on assault Fulham. So I'm not thinking on the extra in that. Dante excellent gaming. Big up. Sterling golden boot. Now go happen.
Dante, if Sterling never win golden boot at City, at Chelsea go win and Chelsea no create a chance like a City.
If Sterling will go the boot, Arsenal come second in the league.
Arsenal in the league.
Hey.
And it's not me downplaying Sterling because Sterling is a good player. But the volume of chances when you get at Man City, he shouldn't have won a golden boot at Man City. He won't get that volume at Chelsea. George Preston, big up. Arsenal will win. What Arsenal win? Teacup. Which teacup Arsenal win? Fresh God, big up. Thanks for coming in. It must be a teacup. Sterling golden boot, you stop style, man. Yeah, I'm also on teacup. All right, so you would know. We could first look at the transfer market. Let's have a look at the transfer.
Fresh G.
Who is the biggest transfer for this transfer market? Which club?
You're fresh card, big up.
So far, let me start off with you, Shaz. So far, who you think has the better transfer market?
Well, in all aspects, I have to give it to Arsenal, you know. Arsenal is the only team within the say the top half. That's really between Arsenal and Tottenham, yeah. Between Arsenal and Tottenham. Surprisingly, people not looking at Tottenham transfer window. And I mean, it's shocking to know that Tottenham makes some big signing and it doesn't get as much mention as the Gunners, you know what I mean? But I think it's between Arsenal and Tottenham who have won the transfer winner thus far, because I mean, it don't close until the end of September.
Question. Yeah. If you're looking at winning transfer market, this is how I look at the winning transfer market. I look at it and say that, okay, what Arsenal are bringing some players, but what are the impact or what are the likely impact of these players that Arsenal are bringing in? So guys, as you come in, guys, smash the like button, people. What will be the impact of these players coming in? So that is the reason why I'm looking at not only transfers, the amount of transfers that come in, because you can see a team bringing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 transfers into the team, new players, and they don't have that impact. They're going to take a while for gel. It's just a lot of mismatch, just the same. So I'm looking at transfers as the impact that the players will come and make, or the likely impact that the players will make in the season. So if I'm saying which team made the transfer that is likely to impact the team right away?
But the thing is not good now. The mere fact they had changed the rules now where they have 5 subs. So most teams utilize subs, unlike City. Then we have City have 10 subs and they only make 2. But like the likes of Tottenham and those teams, when Kante and everybody, when that they will be in most of the competition this year than the past season. I think there will be a lot of rotation, knowing that the players they have brought in are top players from their respective clubs. So players will be getting game time. It's just that, as I say, they're going running the fastest will really highlight the transfer window. But let's see how it goes. But between Tottenham and Arsenal, as I say, Arsenal make a 2 good signings from competitive footing in the league. So Tottenham go outside. Well, only having Richarlison from within this league, but they go outside and get a few players. So let's see how it goes.
Classic, who you think?
We have a best transfer window. We get to Spurs because Arsenal have a good transfer window because they are just position that they need. Then get Jesus, then strike and Stinson because I left back and Taylor is injured. To me, they still need to adjust the midfield more. You know, too sure about Fabio Ferreira. And them a good talent, but them Odegaard play in the same position. Smith Rowe, the position wasn't.
A three players at three position, no? Fabio Vieira, Odegaard, Smith Rowe. And remember
they play same position number 10 and Ferreira can play
our number 8.
He better as a 10, but I think they will improve on Xhaka and they yet to do so. If they sign Tielemans, we know that look now for Tielemans. Would give them so they have a better chance than Spurs, but Spurs to me, Spurs have if you know. Spurs squad is stronger last year than Fulham and they reinforce as position when needed. They finally get a good backup striker for Kane and Richarlison. Richarlison can play up on the wing too. Because more Kulusevski and Son, so they have good depth in attack. Right wing back they adjust with Spence and left wing back they adjust with Perisic. So Mr. Spurs and in a midfield there Busuma. So Mr. Spurs.
Who fill them left back position? They didn't bring in anyone for the left back position.
No, Perisic, left wing back.
Perisic.
Yeah, Perisic, yeah. Left wing back.
Perisic and
Spence.
Rugilan.
Yeah, and Spence with Emerson and Dakafti. So
all right. So for me personally,
and then bring in Langley too. So they reinforce in defense too. So I'm going to Spurs.
For me personally, I would agree with Classic. I think Spurs had the best transfer window. Spurs address a lot of areas in their team, all areas that were deficient in, and they strengthened the areas that they were already even strong in, because they were strong in the area. Well, you have to remember that, Richarlison come in there. Remember that Bergwijn leave, Bergwijn in him?
Yeah,
Bergwijn. Didn't he went back to Ajax?
I never Ajax, they went from PSV, they went from, but in
Ghana Ajax. Yeah. So he probably that's one of the reasons why they bring in Richarlison. But remember now, say Kluivert,
Kulusevski.
What do you pronounce it?
Kulusevski.
You know what I'm gonna do? I go bring up the something there. I bring up the transfer market. Bring up the transfer market. So we're gonna look at the team. So far, Tottenham, as you'd mentioned, the team who will say did really well in the transfer market. So go bring up the transfer market. Big up actually. Kingley said Arsenal switched from an area to from Thierry Henry to Nketiah. Big downgrade. You have to remember that the years has passed and football has really gone in a different direction. So,
no, but me I say why am I not say that? The reason I must let go now, the number is the squad number. That does mean same switch from Henry to Nketiah and just say the number. You never retire the number, so yeah.
Who switch number?
Nketiah.
Oh, 14. Oh.
All right, so I'm going to look on the Tottenham Spurs team. Let's have a look at their squad. So starting from goal, them have Hugo Lloris. What a backup keeper? Brendan Aston going to be backup keeper because both other keepers out. Chris Romero out. and Fraser Foster. So Davis Sanchez is still there. Eric Dyer, Tangangai, Clement Langley, Regulon, Ben Davis, Emerson Royal, Matt Doherty, Jed Spence, Olivier Skip, Harry Winks, Paul Emil Oiberg, Yves Bissoma, Tangai and Dumb. Well, him leave because I leave him leave. Bentakar was a good signing as well. Was a good signing.
In the from last season still.
Yeah.
Benton Corey from last season.
He joined in January.
Incoming was a huge impact. Session, big signing. Perisic, very good signing. Human Son is there. Who else? Lucas Moura, Hurricane, and Richarlison. So I do believe. So for them top arrivals, Richarlison, Bissoma, Jed Spence, Langley, Perisic. Top departure, Bervine, Joe Rondon, Vickers, but don't really did a see because not even play, and Jackler. These players that don't even play, so I don't really see them. Now, the biggest ideal for me this season with Tottenham Hotspurs is the fact that Antonio Conte, I believe, will be a big impact in the Premier League. We're speaking about a renowned coach who knows how to win titles. Guys, smash the like button up, people. Please hit the like button, bring the like ups, people. Bring likes to 20 in no time. I'm going to continue bring it up. Antonio Conte is going to be heavily problematic to the Premier League. So the Niles of people I met about the club, Ryan Ricketts. Yes, Ryan, I play fantasy football.
Military.
The Niles of people I make about
Military, join the league.
People, Conte are going to be problematic. No, I'm running through some of the comments. Given said Big Bad Chelsea making moves. Chelsea going for Cucurella. Good signing, I believe. Michael Reed said Tottenham made signings, but not to fill the necessary position. I personally, who don't like Tottenham, believe that they fill the necessary position that they needed to fill. Adrian Kula said, got military. I'm a Chelsea fan still. Chelsea won't win the league, but top 4 for sure. All right, that got tough, you know. Michael Reed said, gonna a surprise team for this year. I hope so. George Peterson said, we will see. Basically, I say Arsenal got to do something. Fresh God, big up. Touch the like button, people. People touch the like button as they're reaching. Smash the like button, people. I'd really appreciate it if you do so. Adrian Kula said, I think the sign of Gabriel Jesus is great for Arsenal. Jesus is going to make an impact for Arsenal for sure this season. My problem is, when I see everyone on FPL buying Jesus, me worry, that made me worry a bit. That's not like them.
I know, some no buy him. Shazza buy him.
Me buy him. Me buy him last time. Me buy him last time.
I do buy him,
Me buy him long time. The problem is them all the fancy FPL managers purchasing Gabriel Jesus.
But he cheap, a good buy.
Exactly, kind of cheap. $8. 8 million, I should say. So everyone are gonna run to buy him. But the problem is everyone buying him, I go jinx him. That's gonna be the problem. All right, so the Tottenham Hotspur squad. That as we're looking at it right now, it's a very good look. I honestly believe that this is a strong squad. This is a squad that we should most definitely not sleep on. We're gonna also look at the Chelsea squad and see areas in which Chelsea can strengthen. We're gonna look at the areas in which Chelsea can strengthen. Chelsea do have a big squad. Chelsea FC. Very expensive squad as well. Almost $1 billion.
Chelsea need a midfielder. Chelsea need a striker.
All right, so
center back.
let me go to the transfer aspect. So top arrivals for Chelsea are Koulibaly, Raheem Sterling, Conor Gallagher, even though for them player, Broja, even though it's their player, and Carney. I won't try to pronounce the name there. But top departures are Romelu Lukaku, Rudiger, Christiansen, Salonia. Not alone. I won't even mention them players. Nobody really know those players. But these players are the top departures and top arrivals. No, Chelsea squad, I don't see the reason why in pre-season, when after that defeat against Arsenal, I don't understand why the coach would say, I don't see why the coach would say that Chelsea is not ready as yet in regards to quality. Because if you look at the quality squad that Chelsea had last season, they should be competing for the league. They should have been competing for the league.
I know, say.
No,
it's the last season. Chelsea overhyped last season. And with pre-season with Chelsea, when Arsenal beat it, like, me not too read too much in pre-season.
Why not? Why don't read pre-season?
Because pre-season, most people now going to be fit. Everybody that come back home are just going to fitness. So,
I can't ask you a question.
Result with a grain of salt.
The last week, the match play.
No, 2 weeks ago.
The match play last week.
What the end idea pre-season in a competitive stage?
No, me not buy that. I don't drink that coffee. We're don't look into pre-season. The last 2 weeks of pre-season is very, very important.
I know, just like City ever have a poor pre-season and they don't do much in a pre-season, but they start slow. Now, Man City have a poor pre-season and they don't play much as
How much games City lose from a pre-season?
No, two of them play the same. They don't normally play. Either they do poor in a pre-season or they don't play as much. That's how you carry in a pre-season.
You know why City don't play?
Why?
Because Pep don't want to give one tactics them.
Yeah,
how much game Liverpool lose in a pre-season?
We lose nothing in a pre-season. I mean, when season start a different season.
How much game Liverpool lose?
I don't know, but we play about 6 pre-season. We lose about 4 or so.
No, sir.
Manchester United give me 4.
Mm-hmm.
Starberg. What's that name? Wow. The last pre-season we play, we get 3-1, 3-0. We don't remember. I read into pre-season. I just try to get back in shape. Get back at tactics, try to get Mark sharp, important, relevant. I get some prize money.
Me not agree with that. Let me tell you why I not agree with that. Arsenal played Chelsea last week, right? Last week Arsenal played Chelsea. Listen to this. The season start this week. You believe that Arsenal played Chelsea last week and look unfit. You think that the team will get fit in a 1 week time? They played one Premier League game?
No.
It cannot. So when you see pre-season is for you to get a preview of what is to come. Pre-season is for you to get a preview of what to come. When you don't look into pre-season, is when you see a team. So for example, Liverpool play against Liverpool play against one team in Germany, the lower tier Germany, right? And Liverpool start the youngsters them. They say you can't look in, and if you look into that, guess why? Because the first team players are got. But when you look at the Arsenal versus Chelsea team, all right, I'm going to say I can bring it back up so you can see what I talk about. That specific game. And more tell me, and I last week the gameplay, right? Arsenal versus Chelsea. All right, let's see if I can bring it up. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Arsenal beat Sevilla 6 last Saturday. That's last Saturday gone, and then they beat Chelsea. Good. All right, so I'm gonna bring the lineup. So this is the Chelsea lineup. I read the Chelsea lineup to you first, right? When I listen to the Chelsea lineup you must have seen. You must have seen the Chelsea lineup. This is the Chelsea lineup.
See it.
Good. I want you to listen to the names them. And more you tell me if these are bench players or these are starters. Timo Werner. More you tell me if a bench or starter. Timo Werner.
No. My boat. Bench/start.
But predominantly start. No. Harry must play.
Yeah,
Raheem Sterling.
Starter.
He might go start. Mason Mount.
Starter.
Kai Havertz.
Starter.
Jorginho.
Starter.
Reece James.
Starter.
Thiago Silva.
Starter.
Edward Mendy, the goalkeeper.
Starter.
Emerson are between Emerson and Chilwell if you play left back.
Bench. Emerson bench.
All right. Emerson are bench. Let me see who on the bench. If Chilwell upon the bench.
Gallagher bench.
But think about it now. Remember the Gallagher
Next centre back side Thiago Chaliba bench.
Good. So out of the entire starting lineup, only 3 players are bench player.
Will tell you, we still taking a great assault a pre-season.
Boy, hey. All right. This is Arsenal starting lineup now. Ramsdale in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko. Xhaka, Thomas Partey, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli, and Gabriel Jesus. These guys are all starters. All Premier League starters.
But that on the starting side for Premier League. I think this on the starting side for Premier League. Maybe Tommy has to come back in and either Ben White for Saliba or Saliba for Ben White. But overall, this sound strong.
But what I'm saying is, isn't this Chelsea team, if it was last season, don't you think the Chelsea team would beat up Arsenal?
No, I never rate Chelsea team from last season.
It's not matter of ratings, man. It's matter about performance-wise.
No.
You know, Chelsea didn't perform better than Arsenal last season.
No.
Oh, come on. I don't agree with that, man. Chelsea did perform better than Arsenal last season, man. Come on, man. That is the reason why Chelsea finished at 3rd. Arsenal finished 5th.
Chelsea underperformed to overhype when they didn't get.
But even if they underperform, they finished 3rd in the season. So imagine if they mean performance as according to how they're supposed to perform. Possibly they'll be challenging.
Can't say so.
Yeah?
Can't say so.
Yeah, man. Exactly. That is football, man. Big up Karoom. Karoom said, military Guna, the team pressure starts. That's an Arsenal situation. Let me see if they can handle pressure. Pressure start tomorrow. How will Arsenal deal with that? Tomorrow, we will know.
So military, suppose tomorrow
we will know.
Military, suppose tomorrow you go flap it. Suppose tomorrow you go flap on yourself. Why you go say about pre-season now?
Huh?
Suppose tomorrow you go flap on yourself now. Why you go say about pre-season result now? And did it look so good in that pre-season sharp?
If Arsenal gets stuff out tomorrow, it definitely means that all right, listen. What I'm saying is this, right? When I look at preseason don't only mean that the team them are tryout players. Preseason means that the coach will play a competitive game because he wants to see how the system when put in place and the style of play put in place, how well that will do going forward in the league. That is the reason why they have competitive preseason match. Every coach now worry about preseason. If no one is going to worry about preseason, there's no need to have preseason friendly. There'll be no need. Big up Mobi Aguna. Big up, bro. Hopefully you're doing good. Long time don't see. There'll be no need for preseason then. All they'll do, play squad match. If it's a case in which preseason doesn't really matter. If the preseason doesn't really matter, it makes no sense play preseason friendly then. It would make any sense. You're playing the teams are playing preseason friendly because the coach wants to say, okay, how well is my system working? Where is the weak points in my team? How can I fix things? And playing against better opponents can most definitely highlight how you can project your team going forward. These are the importance of preseason. And if you see your team in preseason playing against top quality opponents and they are doing good and your team is doing good, it definitely means that there's some strong possibility that your team might do well in the upcoming season. So, let me ask a question now. If in preseason, Liverpool play against Barcelona, Real Madrid, PSG, Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, if these are the 5 teams that Liverpool played in the preseason, right? And for the first 45 minutes, all 5 teams played their best starting 11. And all of those games, people, guys, as you come in, smash the like button, please. And all of those games, Liverpool are leading for the first 45 minutes. Would you say that is a very good sign going into the season?
Yeah, Mr. Castle, they look good.
All right.
Let
me tell you something. No. Let me tell you something. No. That terrible. Let me see if I can find it, right? Because you're a Liverpool fan now, so I have to break it down bring down to the Liverpool level so that you can even see what me say. Because if me stick on the Chelsea and the Arsenal level, you're not going to see, because you're not going to see eye with Arsenal and Chelsea. So let me bring it to something. Let me show you something, right? I'm going to highlight something to you we now realize. It's something I'm going to highlight to you. I'm more you really, really look on it, right? Let me bring it down. So the Community Shield, when the Community Shield played last weekend, right? Saturday gone.
Yeah.
All right. So I bring up the Community Shield starting 11. This is the Community Shield starting 11 now. More look on it now. Hopefully, let me know. Everyone is seeing the Community Shield starting 11. I want you to have a proper look at the starting 11. So this is Liverpool starting lineup. In Liverpool goal, they have Adrian. Big drop off here, but fine. Left back, Robertson, starter. Van Dijk, Matip, Arnold. All four defenses, all backline, entire season backline. That is the backline that's going to play for the entire season. In the midfield, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago Alcantara. That is the starting midfield for Liverpool going forward. For a front line, Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, Firmino. Possibility in Mela is that Firmino might come over for Darwin Núñez. Just possibility. Right? Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Good. So would you say that this is 95% of Liverpool's starting lineup?
Mm-hmm.
Good. No, this is last Sunday gone now. Let's look at Manchester City team. Joao Cancelo, Nathan Ake, Ruben Dias, Kyle Walker. Edison in goal. Only one player in this wouldn't start. And that's Nathan Ake. Good. Only one. In the midfield, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne. That is Manchester City midfield for the season. Leading the line, Riyad Mahrez, Erling Haaland.
But the midfielder, they all number start. Probably only 2 man guarantee start, and Rodri and De Bruyne, and it's a possibility too. Depends on
the chance of this team starting throughout the season is 90% out of everybody else. Out of everyone else, 90%, you will see these players. So I'm working off probability. Now, with the mere fact that this team played against Liverpool and Liverpool dominate this Manchester City team, it means that Liverpool going into the season as a stronger team and starting 11 going into the season.
No military.
Listen to this and know. Dan Man City, start 11. Dan Man City.
Military.
Starting 11, I said, starting 11.
Still disagree.
The difference with team starting 11, there's a Man City starting 11 stronger than Liverpool one. You think Man City starting 11 stronger than Liverpool one?
They evil.
Even? Okay, even.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Manchester City. Manchester City midfield better than for me.
Well, I know, since I said even, I could look on it player for player now. Edison and Alisson. Even. Kyle Walker, Trent Arnold. Arnold might get more goals. On the attacking side, but you might still concede some more goals.
Evil, but Man City midfield more stronger than for me.
Cancelo, Robertson. I would say Cancelo. All right, so the squad, I would agree with us that the squad ended up on an even said on a consistent basis, but playing against each other, Liverpool dominate. So, going to the season, this is what's going to happen. You will find the odd 1 and 2 lower level team who might show overthrow Liverpool. What's going to happen with Manchester City is Manchester City likely to have a little bit more consistency throughout the season. You'll find out that Liverpool draw less game than Manchester City. Because Liverpool is either them win or them lose. But more so win. So this party now. The thing is, Liverpool, we buck up on one small side every now and then and get overshown. The only difference with Man City is just Crystal Palace. Or maybe I say Crystal Palace. Man City for some reason can't be Crystal Palace.
Or Tottenham.
and Tottenham. But 90% of the teams in the league, Man City will beat them. The thing is, will Liverpool have that level of consistency? But what I'm saying is this: based off that game that you saw, Liverpool versus Manchester City, don't you think Liverpool is in a very, very good position going to the season? Good. So if that is the case, that is the reason why I tell us a preseason is important. Would you say that game was a preseason game? You can look at it as it's also a preseason game, you know. A highly competitive preseason game. And he had everything. He had all of the characteristics them. Intensity, quality, tempo, it had everything. That game in particular had everything. So these are the factors that I'm looking at. Why I'm telling you that preseason is very much important. So anyone who will momentum is a preseason, specifically last 2 weeks.
I not say not important in the military, but that's the preseason result with a grain of salt.
So you tell me, say, Liverpool beating Man City, then it don't really mean nothing going to the league.
You can't read in that too much. Man City. You can't read in that too much. Man City is still a gel. They might try new tactics.
When my try still a gel?
They never have much playing time with their new players.
Hold on. How much players than is a Manchester City team never played in a City team before?
No, Alan changed the whole dynamic of the team. They don't normally play that striker military.
Let me tell you this, man. Oh, Pep Guardiola play? Pep Guardiola will not allow one player to change team style.
Our City. They never have much preseason, so they know so they level of fitness not so up there. They're not so sharp.
You can't make, man.
They can't look it.
So question. That means that if City lose over the weekend, then you can't say, boy, them still not ready yet. Them fitness level not ready yet.
Yeah, City normally start the season them slow. Until the season go and then we go up on 15 game.
I joke, man.
Every season City actions. Every season City start the season slow.
Oh.
They don't start slow like last year. They lose against Tottenham. They go to draw against some Saturday. They start the season slow. The year before that they lose against Leicester. They always start the season slow. They always kick on like when they reach October. Them that time when they go up on a 15 game winning streak.
Mm-hmm. Arsenal, what go on?
Well, go on, big up yourself, you know.
Boy, me there, I look on a complex season ahead of us.
Yeah, man. Me there, I listen to the man, them, give them ideas. And good show. But as well, me I agree with that. I Teddy Lee, me never really start. Who that? Teddy Lee, next person?
No, man, I'm a classic.
Oh, classic. My apologies. Yeah, me I agree with him, Mr. Brother. Me the Arsenal fan, I know that too. So yeah, me I say we have to take it with caution still. No, even as we are play pre-season, me I take it with caution because the biggest match to me, the tougher match we play them and we dominate them. But the match we probably had the easier match to some extent we struggle. Even in that Orlando game, when me watch it, as much as we never start with the strongest side, Orlando they are ball we. And even when we make changes them, we get back on the score, but whenever they outplay them. So although me say Arsenal play when Arsenal under pressure upon them, them play them best game. But see match when them supposed to win, and them match them seem to falter. Remember last season when we beat City. Well, when City beat we and we play the best game, we would dominate them. Enough people say we should win. Yeah. I think the game them after that when we supposed to must beat a Southampton and Brighton. We lose our yard when we need to do. If we just win them 2 games there, the game we supposed to win. But them other team they not even play for nothing. with a day of Champions League now. So this is a game them we were supposed to win. When pressure they pan we falter in them.
Don't you think that's a learning curve for the team and the coach himself?
Yeah, but we have to wait until see how we play, how we learn against them side. I mean, I probably feel more confident if we play probably either Tottenham or Man United than a Crystal Palace. Because the man, I can tell you, if we go in another match and Crystal Palace go score pan we, the mentality of them youth here, I don't know why it gonna be if them are go up there to bring the game to Crystal Palace. I see we play a game in the EPL and we are the better side than Arsenal, you know, and the team score pan we and we still can't even get back in the game, you know. And we are the better team. Normally when you see City are play or you see Liverpool are playing a side score upon them, the man them are bring them game to them. Even the Tottenham and Chelsea are the same thing. With Arsenal we are play a side and a side score upon we. Come like I said, nothing gonna change. We still play the same way, same.
I think that has to do the fragile mentality of the young players.
Yeah, man, the mentality of them. So hopefully them get mature and we see a difference. But the pre-season, you know, the pre-season show nothing to make. The first game we play a King in Germany, we there lose and then we get back in the game.
You see,
and then we play Orlando.
Remember I'm saying that the last 2 weeks is where if we really look at the team them in the pre-season. The last 2 weeks. That the last 2 weeks of pre-season gives you the template of what to expect in the season. The last 2 weeks.
Remember me I say in the military, the mindset of the player them, you know. When we play Chelsea, you know, we know say if we lose against Chelsea, you know, we would have probably enough people would see it as nothing, you know. Right? Because no pressure not really depend on the man them that way there. So the man them bring them game. If we Civil is the next team where I think the man them confident say them would have win it. But the game them will matter the most, like Crystal Palace when they back against the wall. When the man them know say them need to bring them game. When time starts them go in a match and start bring it to team, them time them you say I can feel more comfortable. I'm confident with this team or the team I play still now. I'm not go be negative. But I say I need that extra what we need to see on the ball at them when the man who play the lower team them we need to get the result. Until I see that, I can't say we reach. But the man no pressure upon them in a pre-season. So them play, them enjoy themselves. But when time the pressure is again is up on you to win a game, that me want to see.
Alright. Yo, the show go run for an hour, so I forget some of the things about that we want to discuss, you know. So we run through the transfer market because I personally think Tottenham had a really, really good transfer. I think Tottenham had the best transfer market. So who would you guys give a flop of the transfer market? Flop of the market.
Yeah, what you saying between Tottenham and Arsenal?
Between Chelsea and Man U more still, but
for the worst?
The flop. We don't really get.
Well, then again, transfer we have a whole lot of month ahead, you know. So let's see how come. So far, I think the teams that in the top six, I would put Man U.
Well, the reason why Mr. Flop of the market is because the season starts tomorrow, right? And if you are going to wait until after the season starts to really address your major issues, then because that is something that Arsenal always did for years, you know. And when the season starts, Arsenal say, "Boy, no, so we need to get this and get that." Possibly like the first 4 or 5 games we play, and we get some beaten night. Then we say, "No, man, we start rush." And then now, when those players come in, it take a while for them to adjust and all these things. So basically, we kick on November. What Arsenal did this season is get the players in before the season starts. We get the players in before even pre-season finish. We get players from the half part of pre-season say, hey, we're going to the pre-season with these players. We're supposed to complete the pre-season. All of these players know what the coach wants, know what we want to do, and we can have a proper pre-season and have a proper system going into the season. So that is the reason I'm looking at it in this perspective. Maybe it could be I'm just looking at it from an Arsenal perspective, but I believe that you should at least at the start of the season have your shit together. I strongly believe so. Going to the season and maybe you can say, boy, me need a backup. Say me need a backup left back or something like that. we can just squeeze and see if we can get one from this or something like that. But the season shouldn't start. I still try to get first team players out. I'm in. I can be wrong still, you know. Arsenal, I think me wrong?
No, you're fine today. Because enough for the coach, especially as how me see it, with Chelsea. Them they try to sign some couple ball and it's like when them, especially where where Barcelona sign. So them have ball away ball away. I think they want a number 9 too. And it's like them desperate. It's like they don't know who forgot to.
They link with
Yeah, like Aubameyang linked to them now. So it's like they was say, eh?
We don't want
you do Aubameyang go to Chelsea?
No.
Oh, yeah, but we would have to improve against Arsenal still. But
I'm sure if he score, but I have to ask no question. I'm sure if he can score the winner. It's written at the stars. It's written and put on.
Yeah.
It was already. It was written from the last 2 years, even though it wasn't there. It just written.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I can remember the last goal. Walker scored for Southampton probably when he's against Arsenal.
When Arsenal ball always go back, go leave our club and go a rival club, them always score,
Let's score.
But at the Bayard too, brother. Them man they give hell enough attack when they attack them,
All right, so let me tell you why I give Manchester United flop off the transfer market. At present moment, their biggest star in the club, the Mr. Manchester United, the top don, the top dog, the man himself, I cry for leave. The man I cry for leave, man I send out Cristiano Ronaldo, he's sending out his application to every
nobody know what.
Every city can find him as any application.
Qatar want him, but him no want go there.
Who?
Qatar them no want him, but we bag of money, but
no. I think he want to play Champions League same way.
Yeah, want to play that, but nobody really want it still. But sad still. But sad. People, I guess, people are look on it as in future objective, You bring Ronaldo probably at least 2 seasons or 1 you get 2 time and then like that.
You think Ronaldo will be good for a building process, like a team who's in a transition and just bringing someone to get the goals?
No, Ronaldo does have to be a final piece to oppose. A team already beat with us need a goal scorer. You can't build around him again.
Ronaldo have to know so your team football days done, brother.
You see what me say with Ronaldo too, military. When Ronaldo never did, the biggest thing I did something they did the next Portuguese baller them, man.
Bruno
Fernandes. After Ronaldo got there, you realize that Bruno does drop off. Everything is so it's like anything with Ronaldo touch right now, but the other people around them, it's like say him not have that effect there. When I go bring up the other player them around them or motivate them way there, them way there. You say you want to bring him in a team. When you hear what Ten Hag say about him, the man get substitute half time and him left before the game. Him left early. No people no coach now really hear that and want. So him not do himself a good favor in terms of wanting a club look out for him.
A long time now there now, so we need to look on the table. We need to look on the table. So what we're going to do is top 6 predictions. Classic. Give me your top 6 prediction in order. No, listen now. Listen now. This top 6 we all give me now is going to be recorded at the end of the season. At the end of the season.
So you can't change emotions.
I will be rallying back on it. So give me a second, let me write it down.
Classic or shall just imagine something more classic and you call my name, brother.
Go don't say no change your book by you.
How you do shots make him a pressure you?
So I try to tell him say ball in already yet. If it still develop and him still say you may fight him ball them. Eh?
You could not give me a problem no man.
I true a classic work in magic man, you write down him information man. You spend everything you care about.
Military, type it on your phone.
Oh, let's all shut it in a group.
Yeah, type it on your group.
I shut it in a group. All right, come in, classic.
Alright, so first place, Liverpool, but my team. Second place, City.
All right, hold
Third.
on there. So, first place, Liverpool.
Second place, City.
Third,
place, Tottenham.
blows and skirt. Hold on. Why you put Tottenham so high?
Squad and the manager they have.
Brother, you can't ask the man tell him sticks, brother. Just you know, ask the man why him put them. Come here, brother.
Fourth place, Arsenal, finally Champions League after all these years.
Yeah, fifth place,
Chelsea.
blows and skirt, sir.
Sixth place, maybe between West Ham and Leicester. Leicester.
Hold on, so Manchester United there.
One part for the table.
All right, where's the sixth? West Ham?
Leicester. If you did ask me for predict my top 15 now, you'll say Manchester United.
All right, Arsenal, drop your room, let me see it.
Now me I do it now. Liverpool me I give it at 1. I give City's 2. Honestly, brother, my feel say me don't know what we want to see with Tottenham. Probably I 2 me not like them, brother.
Liverpool,
Tottenham, yeah, City second. But at Chelsea, me I get third and Arsenal fourth.
Chelsea third. If you man don't like Tottenham enough, they even put Tottenam in the top.
Brother, Tottenham not even play nothing good in the season. Me not care who them want to sign, brother. Them not play. But yeah, them have a good coach. But them not impress me.
No, sir, that's
You thought them impress me.
That's H.
Them draw 1-1 with Civil and I think them lose couple matches. Them struggle against Rangers.
They lose against Roma.
I think Roma beat them the last match.
Yeah, but I just H is the Tottenham that I just biased.
Yeah, so
bro,
I'm not really impressed. Tottenham a fifth. Me feel Tottenham a go. And then me a go give. A West Ham me a give it now. I feel Man U side, but me feel Man U better than West Ham.
John Star.
What do I do?
Shot. Who are winning the league, Shot?
Liverpool second, Tottenham third. Fourth. Fourth is a tough place enough between Arsenal and Man U, you know. I mean, Man U finish over Chelsea that year. I mean, I don't know what talk of them paid, but you know, like Man U finish between Arsenal fourth, Man U fifth, Chelsea sixth.
Right, Manchester United spend piece of their transfer budget per year, you know.
No, man, but yeah, better you see it, man. Man U play some good football, man. You guys see it, man.
Man U the fourth?
Fifth. Arsenal the fourth.
Chelsea the sixth?
Yeah, Chelsea finished about 6.
Blows on skirt, star.
I know some kind of that too, but
Chelsea not do nothing, brother. What Chelsea do? Still have a strike.
So what with Chelsea, brother? Chelsea beat the side them with them for beat, you know. That's the thing, you know.
True.
Chelsea get them results when them forget them results.
And draw the next side them.
That season are different still. That season are different.
Them lose. Them lose. Lukaku never did nothing for them last season.
No, but at the same time,
who the Garona back.
But you have to remember,
but you can't say Chelsea get weak, you know, because Koulibaly no good like one time. No, Koulibaly pass, they get a wash up Koulibaly.
And Koulibaly compared to Rudiger. Compared to Rudiger. Compared to Rudiger. Yeah, what?
Koulibaly a bigger defender for Rudiger.
In a year review, that a year review, brother. But
Koulibaly a bigger defender for Rudiger.
Military, you see 2 seasons ago, 2-3 years ago, would agree the right?
Yeah, you can argue that, yeah. Last season, Rudiger best. Rudiger was just the best player last season.
Koulibaly
Koulibaly
pass.
on the biggest.
Maybe you can say Koulibaly does have one bad season last season. You can say Rudiger have a big season. Because probably for one season ago, who would have probably said that no? Probably would have said them Koulibaly better than him. So maybe my man does have a one bad season. You know.
A last season, Rudiger have a good season. You know.
I see Chelsea
Season
now
before
with
that,
the
I bench
aging
Rudiger,
back
remember
line.
that, you know.
Thiago
No,
Silva.
because-
Before that, I bench Rudiger depan.
Because the coach was before, those days before.
Lampard never rate him, you know.
Lampard seems my informer.
Yeah, me I said a bad man. Guna,
Rudiger informer.
Guna. We will see Koulibaly in first season in the Premier League. We will see what Koulibaly made of.
Yeah, we're gonna see. But as Mr. Still, Koulibaly is one of the biggest defender.
Nasty name was.
We're not gonna see. Let me drop my one still.
So what about the strikers? What about the strikers them? The strikers are not relevant to Chelsea. No matter about Chelsea. No strikers. All right.
Man City are win the league. Liverpool are come second. Arsenal are come third. Chelsea are come fourth. Chelsea are come fourth. Tottenham are come fifth. Man United are come seventh. Seventh. I think West Ham. No, between West Ham and Aston Villa for me still. It's between West Ham and Aston Villa. Aston Villa will be one of the surprise team this season. But may I go say West Ham? It can be that West Ham have a 1.5 season. West Ham have a one half good season, but can be. What we're gonna look for now?
And those three teams that finish, because Liverpool and City now finish above Tottenham. I tell you that.
Huh?
Now tell you this. Remember this day. The fourth. The fourth of August.
Because I see two Arsenal man them. They just bias against Tottenham. I just
No, brother. What no, brother? What on the say? They say the one them by Perisic, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one them
by this two man, them by Richarlison. They bring in Bentancur last season and Kolovetsky. And them have the fire in Son and them have the fire in Kane. And them play a defensive coach, you know, them have a back five.
But the thing is, you know, Shaz, you think what happened last season where Kane and Son keep them out of problem can continue?
No, you think what happened last season?
Sometimes we have when I have a pre but they have pre-chemistry. You know? Remember one time Tottenham do them probably them one of them biggest buy what them do in the league, you know, when them sell Bale, you know. And them use that money there now buy a bag of ball and flop the next season.
But look on this now, remember the last.
So me, you know, see them as much as them buy them ball, me have to see.
How much
Them a
time
play.
Kane and Son missing injured last
Them
season?
have a better
How much
coach
time?
now, me have to give them the props still, you see.
Yeah, but me I say,
Yeah,
them
I
injured-
said-
Tottenham was so fortunate last season that they never lose Hurricane and Son.
Yeah. But say, so what if it happen this season? I feel like them have a better... To me, you know.
But any of Tottenham lose the Hurricane, a problem for them.
Done.
As much as Richardson up there, but him there, him could have what him could have do for Everton last season.
But this Richards never... you compare Everton and Tottenham squad. You can't do that, you know. Everybody in the Tottenham squad could have bench everybody at West Ham, you know, Everton, you know. So you can't really compare that, you know. It's a better quality coach, better quality team. Richardson, we see the best of Richardson this season. Right now, Tottenham are upset for them.
So you like Richardson, yes. So Richardson better than Sterling.
No, not in the sense of a league performance. No.
But Chelsea,
But it's a more clinical finisher than Sterling, in my view. You're more clinical than Sterling, in my view. No, they must have chance Sterling.
We just say that still.
No, Sterling not a good goal scorer, but Richardson,
No,
the
but
chance.
You know, at that make people the rate. You see, because Sterling miss some clear chance.
So that what I say?
At that people the rate him fine, you see. But a good ball, the man they put in place now, put himself in at the right place at the right time, you know. He would team of Werner, you know. As much as people rate him, that man they if he man look at play, you know.
He can't finish.
You hear me?
But look at this.
Yeah, that's that I think.
Arsenal. What I'm saying is this, if you, somebody block that for me, please. What I'm saying is one of the moderator, then block that for me, please.
I'm
What I'm
blocking
saying is this.
it.
Last season, Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, they were the man for Everton. They were the man. They were the pinpoint target man for Everton. Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, they were the man for Everton. So every attack, everything is going through both of them. If Calvert-Lewin is there, it's Calvert-Lewin. If Richarlison is there, it is Richarlison. So they were the players who the team consistently look out for. Guess what's going to happen right now? You won't get that for Richarlison. Because guess what? Harry Kane and Son are the pivotal man for Tottenham Hotspur. So you won't get that. So the love and cushiness where Richarlison get at Everton, you will not get that at Tottenham. So it will not be the same. You won't be seeing the same.
No, you're better manager and better supply, better team. So
even if he's on a better manager, it will not be the same impact as last season. It's just the same as any player. Once you're the main player for your team, and you go to a different club where you're not the main player, you cannot expect to see the same performance.
But right now, with him, even having Madabala come off a bench, kind of no which part song play him with that play. I'm not thinking he might start him over colours.
No, he won't. He won't. He can play left side, right side. He can play anywhere along the front line. He can play anywhere along the front line. But the problem is this now. How often will he get game time if our front three are fire? If
that's the problem now. If our front three are fire, if our front three are fire, you don't know Guna. You don't so put them a lead all the game and
look what more say even good. Look at it. Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham. Who signed out Jesus, Sterling, or Richarlison? Who get the better buy? Which club has to get the better buy compared to who get the least? But that's the Arsenal, then Chelsea, then Spurs.
All right. So
Tottenham by a ball will literally go dip on the bench right now. It's not a starter,
I'm gonna put Sterling last.
Yeah, I put Sterling last.
Yeah.
Well, me is Tottenham by a ball right now. We are gonna dip on the bench still.
No, but Larson. When you Arsenal?
Lanessa.
Oh, Lanessa. Have a look at it, you know. You compare. I look on it. All right. In the sense of Jesus going to Arsenal, it's good for him in some sense, knowing that he's a World Cup player and him can make the World Cup team and the whole thing. And the same can save Sterling. Richarlison maybe go Tottenham go make it the game. You think more even competitive for them over there, even though it's a World Cup player. So, but at the same time, you don't say probably that rate Jesus move as a better move. Knowing that Chelsea never depend on power, you can say you get Sterling a proper ratings. But if you look at it, if you say what Richarlison can do throughout, even at the national team for Brazil, he must start over top players. They say you probably expect that and start. More time I'm use as striker because the quality we possess. Is a possibility them you don't know if them change them thing and use Kulusevski as a number 10 and have him in the other room.
No, but you have to remember who the coach played now.
Three look like he want to play now. So unless him change the formation there.
No, but the cheer back.
3-4-3. And we don't know Conte as a person would change from that. From Conte at Chelsea back in whatever time when he winning title, that is how Conte play. And if we believe that Conte had changed now to facilitate one player, I don't think that is ideal. I highly doubt him out of that. The likeliness is this, right? Richarlison is going to be a substitute player coming off the bench. But how often Tottenham will be leading by a wide margin for them to say, hey, we can bring on Richarlison now because of that. Unless it's for injury crisis or something like that. Or Kulusevski just now give him what he want. But
they can bring on Richarlison to change the game.
Yeah, but those three players will always be first priority. But what I remember now, so Richarlison is coming from somewhere where it's always first priority.
No, but I say, but look at Guna. A levels, you know. I mean, no, for sure. Say, for example, Abuyeng was at Arsenal right now, yeah. And I'm for my life.
Yeah.
And you guys signed just the same way, using just one strikers and the regular wingers, right? Jesus would have to come off the bench, come replace Abuing, and then I'm my life. If the coach and him have depend the level they're supposed to be.
Yeah, man. You come off the bench.
Exactly. So I say, in football, the depth of your squad vital towards you finishing the tournament, Right now, if Arsenal say, so right now, if for example, Arsenal, I happen that if something happen to Jesus, and I know for sure, I know I'm going to start over Nketiah. Just something happen to Jesus, God forbid. And something happen to him, and him have to sit out a couple months this season. And Nketiah now fire. We're not trouble,
Agree. No, so, not really. Martinelli can strike, so we not necessarily would be in trouble. And if Martinelli would go gone to the front and strike, you would see where M. Smith Road are filling that spot that Martinelli there. So it's quality for quality, like for like.
No, but at the same time,
I go to the left hand side and Nicolas Pepe come on to the right hand side. Or
Pepe not gonna game the Arsenal side, brother.
Huh?
Pepe not gonna game the Arsenal side, brother.
Yeah, but if one of the main strikers, don't you think Pepe will come in?
No, but what you say, Nketiah, I go start up the line, and then your coach I go use Smith Rowe instead of Martinelli. You know that coach in there, brother. I use Smith Rowe instead of Martinelli.
As in use Smith Rowe instead of Martinelli through the period of the season?
No, yeah, go see.
No, man, him not that one. I'm Martinelli must start this one.
I go see what go on. First thing, him now bench Oligard.
Saka position, those two positions come like it's sure.
Classic. Yeah, remember I'm talking about.
You said the man sure against Chelsea, brother. That'll be starting lineup. I just the right back. If Tammy has to come back, fit probably him give Ben White probably some changes going on the back still.
But they must Ben White go back as centre back as they must send the youth. Then they send Saliba, them not send him pan
Saliba 2 seasons them send him where them have to keep him this season, man, and not play good in the pre-season.
No, he's playing good.
No,
and pretty much we can tell us that the man is like if the man now get game, we know him now dead. As an Arsenal fight, if you know him now get no game, him now dead.
Let's move to the next aspect of it now. Leading goal scorer.
Salah.
Classic, yes, Salah.
Yeah.
Shaz.
What should I say now? It all depends now, but I think Kane I go pipe it this season. It's gonna be a very good competitive season in terms of striking. But I think Kane, it's between Kane and Salah. I think you can put Alan in the picture, but let's see how him get acclimatized through the first couple of games. So, because sometimes man need to take first 3 games and they score a much goal and they might score one hard goal and everything. But then other games coming up to the season, they call 3-4 goals per game. So we'll see. But I know Alan have the potential, and with the way our City play football, we get endless chances. So we can't take more the picture. But in all fairness, between Kane and Salah, but I would more lean to Kane's side still.
So it's a Kane.
Yeah, more Kane side there.
Salah may I get
Salah?
Come on, Salah. Then Kane, that's the second.
Blessings, Yashan. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Peace and blessings.
As a jumping up on the hot seat, leading goal scorer.
I don't know if I put it this way. Gabriel Jesus I got prove a lot of people wrong. Yeah. Gabriel Jesus I got prove a lot of people wrong. And I believe he's gonna carry over this preseason form into the league. And his ability to play as a false nine, which Arteta tends to use at times, and the ability to be a quote-unquote, let's say standing forward, because he holds the ball pretty well. I think he's gonna do well, and he's gonna supersede a lot of expectations. And let us not forget that Martin Odegaard had the best chance creation. Well, he was the second best in the league in regards to chance creation last season.
Yeah,
So
after the Brian.
after De Bruyne, and I'm telling you, Odegaard is gonna click. And I asked a question the other day in a group. Has anyone realized how well Martinelli's passing has improved? Look for a lot of assists from Martinelli as well.
Significantly, man.
Significantly. And Odegaard and Jesus, they already have a kind of chemistry. You know, he knows where he wants the ball, how he wants the ball, and I expect him to do very well. If it's not Jesus, it could be a Darren Nunes, sorry. Because Darren Nunes has good players around him who can pass the ball to him. Darren Nunes has the ability, just like Gabriel Jesus, to score multiple goals from different positions. He's a somewhat an unorthodox kind of striker. He's not the best technically, but he knows how to find or put the ball in the back of the net. You know, so you know, not the best first touch, not the most skillful, not the most technical, but he is a goal scorer, proven goal scorer. You know, but the edge that I would give Jesus is that he is technically sound. He can get out of tight spaces. He knows how to. He can change his game. He is versatile. He's a very versatile forward. So I'm giving him the edge.
So many years about Salah. That one know how you consider Salah.
Salah is gonna do well. All right, put it this way: Salah is gonna top 3, top 4. That's my prediction. Let us remember that Salah does not. As you get older, you lose a yard or two a pace. And Salah is how old now?
30.
30 going to 31.
Yeah,
Yes,
he not lose enough, man. He not gonna lose nothing now. I want him to touch about 34, 35 before he start lose the pace.
Yeah, all right.
Looks like Aubameyang, you know, lose. They not lose. All right. You know, not at least normally lose, especially.
Like Vardy. Like no,
exactly. They don't lose pace until they touch 34, 35. That is when they start lose the pace.
That's all right.
The fact that Salah they on penalty too, you know, and you see we a Liverpool play. They were at the flanks.
That is true.
All right. So for me, let me tell you. For me personally, I strongly. So let me look on the other aspect. Then. So I could look at Nunes first. Why, in my perspective, it's got difficult for Nunes. One, despite Liverpool playing a system where they play a lot of high tense, high pressing, gang pressing, whatever. Liverpool is a team that plays off second ball. Most of Liverpool Salah goal them a second ball. I noticed Salah is a penalty taker, so that is one of the reasons why Salah score so much goals through the season. Yes, he's a good goal scorer, but there's a lot of penalties which factors in it. So with Nunes won't be on penalty, so I don't see how Nunes are going to the talk for that. The big hit, the reason why I don't have Nunes if Mane was at Liverpool same way, I would have Nunes in night and Salah in night. Salah outside for me because of no Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane, the biggest and most important aspect of Liverpool playing style for years now. He's the first presser. He's the presser initiator. He's the reason why Liverpool can able to sustain such high pressing ability for the full 90 minutes. Despite Salah is the one who scored, Sadio Mane is the what they call it now? The switch for Liverpool pressing. Jesus, despite Jesus being such technically gifted player, in tight spaces, very good at playing off loose ball in the 18-yard box. I strongly don't believe that Arsenal will be in and around the 18-yard box enough to see Jesus scoring 25 plus goals this season. And I think that is what we might need for this season to get leading goal scorer this season. Alan will not get leading goal scorer. I'm far from it. Alan, despite Manchester City is creating so many chances, if that is the case, that means that every season Manchester City should have one of the leading goal scorers. If that is the case, and they don't. The thing is this: Alan will be in the right position, right time, many times, but guess what? He will miss. He will have to adjust the Manchester City style of play.
So you watch him say Alan go be flop.
Nah.
He will not flop. He will score a goal, but he not gonna score in the quarter. Remember, I know the season when Alan and Werner was in the Bundesliga, and Werner scored more goal than Alan. No, how much goal Alan scored last season?
No, I must say season Alan I didn't go push and Werner Alan joined in January.
Who know how much goal Alan scored last season in the Bundesliga?
Catch it.
Let us remember. When I can remember, say, Klopp. Alright, Klopp. Nunes and Alan similar, in a style of play as forwards.
Agree.
And I don't think Klopp would have buy him if Klopp never planned to tweak the system suit the forward.
All right, this is what happened, right? Even if you tweak the system, right? This is what happened. Even if Klopp tweak the system, the problem is this. As I said, Klopp front three of Firmino, Salah, and Mane was formidable. These three players have an understanding for many seasons now, and that is the reason why they scored that portion of goal. No, you are going to see Liverpool scoring less goals now because they are going to now adjust to a new player coming into the front line. Not only one new player, but two new players
But
in the line.
you can't even say go score more now because opponents are used to that type of player than playing type. So you can't say.
No,
But you can look on the next way and say him no used to City playing style.
Yeah, use outside.
No,
But yeah, use that, brother. You say the man them they used it. Or you say the defender them they used it. Then you can say if they used to them defender you too.
They go score this, and I see some say they can score more.
Listen, this is a new league, This is a new league for Nunes, A very new league for Nunes, And remember that it doesn't matter where you're coming from, how prolific you are. The English Premier League is one of the worst places for strikers. You get less opportunities, you get less time and space with the ball, and you're facing up against some of the best defenders and some of the more organized teams. You're going to be facing up against some of the better coaches as well. So remember, which means that is going to minus at least 6, 7, 8 goals from your goal scoring chart initially. Now, when you find out a player, for me, I strongly believe that Harry Kane is going to be between Harry Kane and Son as the leading goal scorer for this season. Reason being, these are the same players from last season who understand what this coach wants to do. Harry Kane and Son scored more goals in the second half of the season under Conte than they scored in the first half of the season.
That's true.
Which means that they both understand what Conte wants to do from the first time Conte come in, and they actually get better in a Conte system. So I'm expecting them to score even more goals because they have weaker teams coming into the league. You have 3 weaker teams coming into the league right now who are going to take time to adjust. Fulham is the best team out of the lot coming up, and guess what? We know Fulham is just not good. So if Son and Kane, when they bought the small teams, I'm telling you, these guys will going to load up some of the small teams and just struggle against the big teams because they will sit.
Hold on. There are no small teams. There are no small teams anymore. Let us the Premier League. We call that spade.
True, Premier League, in that.
The Premier League 10 years ago is not the same Premier League anymore. These so-called small teams, they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I can tell you this, a lot of these small teams gonna be like David cut down Goliath. There a lot of giants. I can tell you that.
I personally want plenty of that time to Chelsea and Tottenham and Manchester United.
You see this side of Nottingham Forest. Don't take them for granted.
Miss them place, Lan.
No. You see how everybody.
I was watching the championship last season because through me I keep track with the Reggae Boyz them. So watch a lot of the championship. Watch to me I watch Preston North End, Derby County, Fulham. Some watch a lot of the championship. And Nottingham Forest, despite the names that big clubs such and such, they are not playing flamboyant football. The best team last season was actually Fulham. They outclassed every team. They outclassed every team. I remember now, Fulham are coming out Premier League.
But they have Premier League pedigree, so that is expected of them.
Them have the likes of the Bobby Reed, the striker, them and Mikkel Vinch, and that the guy there. Will break the record. So what I'm saying is that they look really good. Watford they look good as well. Now, my problem is this now. As I said, mentioned the goal scorers. The goal scorers is possible. There's a possibility that Son might get it. I would give Son the edge. I would strongly give Son the edge because Tottenham will not get so much penalties as they did last season, whereas they have Hurricane on penalties scored so much goals. So I strongly believe that Son will get the leading goal scorer this season. Salah is going to have to adjust vastly with the surgeons of Douglas Luiz and Darwin Núñez. In the preseason, for those who watch the preseason, you will see that Firmino start plenty of the Liverpool games in preseason because they are still trying to give Darwin Núñez the time to adapt.
Yes.
Clap the other line signing barring from Luis Diaz.
Exactly.
Will get slowly integrated up. If you start I see so a Firmino go start and Jota in a latter half a season.
We're gonna forget
how much goal am I gonna score in the latter stage of the season when everybody else play more tighter and team them will understand themselves. It's going to be more difficult.
This year, I expect about 10 to 12 goals for Núñez in the Premier League.
All right. So did you know that in the Premier League, right, most goals scored in the first half of the season than that of the second half? I know the reason for that. The reason for that is because in the first half of the season, you have too many
people get tired.
Exactly. In the second half of the season now, you have teams who now understand. You have coaches who have played teams before and understand the team, their opponents now. So you won't find that much goal scoring. So by the time Núñez will start get first team football. Somebody can delete that, please. By the time Núñez will start get first team football, it's going to be extremely difficult for him scoring these immaculate goals.
Let me say something there. We are concerned about strikers that scoring goals. Let me tell you something. A goal scorer with no matter which league you put him in, for your band, goal scorer. Let me tell you this.
Never do that.
I remind you that. Remind the man them this. You remember Fernando Torres first season in the Premier League?
Mm-hmm.
You remember Michu first season in the Premier League?
Mm-hmm.
You remember
first season, man?
Well, I don't remember Cesar first season in the Premier League.
Bad ball.
Cesar we used to play for Newcastle.
Papi, Cesar, Dembaba.
All right. You remember Dembaba's first season in the Premier League? So,
December World Cup as well. So this season I got break. This season I got break as well.
Exactly. So
all of the new players that we are saying, boy, like the Alan and the Núñez, and listen, it's going to be difficult. Alan is going to need the biggest adjustment out of everybody. Núñez, Liverpool system kind of similar to what Núñez is used to, kind of similar. But Alan will need the biggest adjustment.
No, what Guna
will fit in easily.
Yeah, I know that Núñez knows that Liverpool system more fluid.
Huh? I think Alan needs to adjust. Alan have proven it over. Alan got that man in say a particular time and 40 goals in a calendar year in a 40 games. That's nice. 40 goals in a 40 games. I think him outscored him appearance. I feel like say through the we call it the community shield or the blunders and everything he need to adjust.
You see how Mississippi side? Yeah. You see where the man them bounce the ball and keep possession of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
the man them normally compact in and a press here, and like say them play Liverpool now, we fluent, just a bounce the ball and a move fast, you know. The City we just have you, and in a 18-yard box a bounce. That Haaland go down there with a defender probably right beside him and mark him. That's why the man them work on the wing. So Haaland now go have it easy to me, like how him have in Germany where him have more space to work with. Him now have enough space. Because City just compact when them a press here. Them now bounce the ball and run or move fast like how Liverpool with us from defense to strike. City with us a walk with the ball like them want to walk with the ball in a net. So him have got know how to work with them defender the way right beside him.
Exactly. Thank you very much for bringing up that. That is what I try to say, shots, right?
But defender, defenders. When I try to show you the defenders, it all no matter about who defender, because in the league defender don't really mark. You have no strike and the league Western.
No, but him not having no space to work with him. Not having no space. Like when they have in Germany.
Brother, what's record space?
The way how City play them ball, brother. City had dominate your ball, they keep the ball like 18-yard box. Them just have your.
Let me ask you a question.
Them play compact.
Hold on. When Pep come a City, them I say yo, then we say yo Aguero go 15 because Pep no play. Them no play the way them football the way they play. Aguero banging barred in the injury before. Aguero was up there for golden boots. Barred the injury before that injury. Brother, we don't know how the system I go pan out to say yo rare. I just say if you guys as panelists can come and say, yo, you will be seeing Gabriel Jesus or Darren Nunes in the Golden Boot race. And then I go say, yo, Alan have got adjust. Come on, brother, Pepper one of the biggest coach in the league.
All right.
And if you
yeah? Yo, if Nunes in a Golden Boot, I don't say, oh, Alan in there.
Oh, Alan can't in there. Gabriel in the Golden Boot. So Alan
so who said Nunes? I don't think me are military said Nunes are them.
And more proven than Nunes. And Nunes now in that Golden Boot.
It's a Nunes are none of them there.
This is what I say, right?
I think we're underestimating
the Golden Boot. The Golden Boot. I said the Golden Boot is between Harry Kane, Salah, and Son.
Watch out.
Harry Kane, Salah.
The reason
for that is not. Me go ask that question. How many times? Shaz. First of all, let me go to Shaz. Besides me ask Shaz. No, nobody else answer. Shaz will answer. Shaz, how much time have you seen a striker from the Bundesliga or even any player from the Bundesliga come straight into the Premier League and hit the ground running? How much players? I tell me the position.
Well, I gotta tell you, guys. I'm gonna make you do your research. And if you look at it, every player City sign from Bundesliga hit the ground running. I'm gonna show you from way back. From even Dzeko days. Dzeko come from Wolfsburg, and Dzeko was one of the most clinical strikers in the league. So if you don't know, if you feel like say you're gonna use Werner and then man will go chase, you go flop. I'll tell you, when City sign players from Germany, De Bruyne come from Germany when City sign him.
True.
Gundogan come from Germany. Sane come from Germany as little boy and come run the league. I tell you. So if you feel like say yo, some players will come now and flop, because I know Balak left from Germany and come star up chasing midfield. I just some players, some coach statistics and represent players, bro.
Thiago Alcantara.
Thiago Alcantara. Yeah, so you have a players.
Yeah, because Firmino come from Germany too.
Abuing, for example. If Abuing come Arsenal, I think Arsenal prime Henry. If Abuing, for example, somebody say in the comment section. So if you know the question,
come and hit the ground running. But the thing is,
exactly.
It is not as much as what you said. It is not as much as you said.
No, just as what you say too. No, but I say the same thing as what you are saying too. I gotta say, yo, all right. That's why
look on this. Look on this, right? All right. When Aubameyang came to Arsenal, Aubameyang came under when name Arsene Wenger last season.
Emery.
Oh, Aubameyang Emery play a wide open football. You notice when Arteta finding his system, Aubameyang goal and dry up. Listen to what I say now. The style of play and the system that the coaches deploy has a lot to do with the player. Now, let me show you this now. If Alan would have made a move to a Tottenham, a Manchester United, a Crystal Palace, or any one of those teams that played open, expansive football, he would be guaranteed a tremendous amount of goal.
So Guna. Hold on, let me ask a question, Guna. Hold on. So you're saying that Salzburg, I know you're not taking the league, but you know for sure that them play in football. Dortmund are one of the most fluent. Other than Bayern Munich, Dortmund are the best. Are one of the most smooth player team in Germany. But no, but it doesn't matter about the position base.
Right. Let me show you. Let me show you why it matter. Let me show you why it matter now. All right. As Laneja mentioned earlier, when Manchester City has the ball, Manchester City box in the 18-yard box. Manchester City box the team in the 18-yard box. That's what Manchester City does, right? Now, most of Manchester City goals them in the last 3 seasons comes from wide or midfield. Most of them goals. So that is the reason I said, hey, since we get the goals them wide or from midfield, better if we use the striker as a false 9. So we use Sterling as a false 9, we use Bernardo Silva as a false 9, we use Kevin De Bruyne as a false 9. Someone who can drop in the midfield, support the midfield, play the ball around from the midfield, pull one of the defenders out of the midfield or 2 of the defenders out of the defensive zone inside that midfield and free up a space or 2 where they can go inside. But the key part is that we have a striker who can play the false 9 role and come into the midfield and play support as a support of the midfield. Now, this is the difference now. That is how Manchester City play. Dortmund play in a transitional football where they catch teams on transition. They don't build up play, carry ball, go box in at the 18-yard box and try cut back or anything like that. They don't play like that. So most of Haaland goals, if you go and check it for yourself, most of Haaland goals are goals that scored in transition, and not from build-up play. Most of Haaland goals are transitional goals.
No, but at the same time, not sure something. No, let me show him something. You mentioned all of them something there. And if I don't know if you want to go check the stats or anything. If how much City bars goals them chance them miss. If I know from bars they come cross the 60-yard box. No, I'm not even cut back. I'm not about the chances. I'm not about the one them miss. I'm not about the one them score. Because the reason why them cut it back at them, they do have a false 9. They do have a number 9 player. If you notice, most of our goals in a lateral part of Pep season, a bars them to just tap in from close range.
Yeah, same thing with Sterling.
Sterling miss a lot. I know him and natural number 9. Exactly, out and out number 9. If
but
you have a player
can move like Sterling at the 18-yard box.
Look, I look on the goal, for example, against Bayern Munich, where Haaland slid in and scored. Those are the bad City players, the outer wingers. The wingers, them normally, the only players who don't put ball across the box as much as expect is Mahrez. The whole of them, the wing backs, anybody, right across the box and put it. So even the defender them, even the opponent themselves can score if they don't know what they do properly. Mm-hmm. And with that's how Haaland come in play. Haaland just is a poacher. You know, brother, when you make it seem like say, the man will come and stand up on a centre back. Football play them way again in the world, brother. No, in the world, see a striker. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. Even Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, which scored the most goal for Man U last season. Many times you see him in the midfield and help out the team. Football doesn't lie where you're back.
You think Haaland can play?
The way City play, brother, them not going to need Haaland in the midfield for that. They have to do that probably because I get frustrated and probably the ball is up on the wing. And that me feel about it. When Ronaldo have just back in the midfield, brother, because team side are struggling, you know. Me not say Haaland not flop, you know. But me help last season, De Bruyne was the top goal scorer for City, you know, and midfield him a play, you know. Midfield him a play. Because when they play them ball, brother, them compact, brother. So me feel say it gonna be a different test for him. So me would want to see how him adjust it. So me not say maybe he just be the goal scorer. But me not see it yet. Until me see how adjust himself. Because adjustment have a clue to me.
I want to ask a question. Alright, so are we to believe then that Man City, or not even say Man City, well, we can't say Man City, Pep Guardiola made a tactical blunder in letting go Gabriel Jesus? Because if he was lacking a quote-unquote number 9, goal scorer, poacher, last season, why he thought he probably fell short in the Champions League. Is it that he bought Alan for the Champions League, or is he planning to change his tactics or change the style of play to suit the forward that he want that he, because it makes no sense you sign a player that is not going to basically fit into the system, you know. And if you cannot fit, if you cannot, all I know, if you can't adjust, if you as a player cannot adjust to the style of play and the system, as I said, which you was right, going on. Haaland's goals come from, most of his goals come from transitional play. See? And if City play a compact pressing game, counter pressing game, Haaland, you're not going to expect that Haaland going to run back in a midfield and do all for work and tackle. You expect Haaland then at the right place, the right time to make the right movement in the box and scoring goals. So it is either Pep make a tactical blunder and Lego Jesus, or because right now, to me, all we are taught now, it coming like say Gabriel Jesus at the forward where them did need to keep based on us.
All right.
So why kind of player if he now can do the work?
In regards to what I say, I think, you know, with that, all right, so Pep Guardiola let go two players who guarantee goals for Manchester City. Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling. These two players are two of the most elite players inside of the 18-yard box. These are not transitional players. So these two players actually perfect for Pep Guardiola's system. But Pep Guardiola wants a different type of player.
Random that's just who's gone. Every time we play against City,
he might have score against you too. He might Sterling.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying
is, this was fitting at the impressing system. But Pep not have faith in it just for some reason.
Okay, Pep Guardiola seems to be prioritizing Champions League this season. So
I believe so.
Champions League, when the team go to Europe, the game possibly more open because they might go play against proper teams when they go down to the final stage. So the game might be more open than that of in the Premier League. God, 20, let's see, 18 or 17 out of the teams that Pep Guardiola will be playing, he will have most possession dominating the game. So guess what? He can subside the Premier League and still go through the Premier League, getting the goals from midfield same way, whilst also focusing on keeping Haaland for the Champions League, where the game will be more open and you can get those transitions. Because imagine the game, it's the end-to-end stuff where you have Haaland around in a transition and the ball at Kevin De Bruyne feet. That is magic. Anyone would want that. Anyone would want that. But
no, but Guna, I gotta tell you. Me, I gotta tell you the reason why.
Let me ask a shot. Hold on, shot before we go there. Sit up on it, please. Let me ask that question. If Pep Guardiola, if you had a chance as a Manchester City fan to purchase Harry Kane or Haaland last season, at the beginning of last season, which one of them would you purchase? Go ahead, tell me. And why?
All right, now tell you, before me even answer the question, may I just the question before, which pertain to Jesus and the blunder or whatever. Right?
No, why? Don't come back.
Because you might know, brother.
Put the side and leave them by your side.
Yeah, I'm good now. Jesus, Sterling. All right, the main concern is game time. Coming up in is a World Cup year. I know the squads. Those squads of those nations are very much. Before even World Cup, Jesus never get much game in the FIFA windows when Brazil play most of the qualifiers. It's always Richarlison and even Firmino not get called up by them people. You understand? Because the squad there for Brazil is very huge. And if you as a player see Olympic as their ultimatum, as one of your best, one of the biggest game in your life you want to play, so you want to go World Cup. You as a player got your best to get game time at the best possible club. Arsenal is the right fit. I mean, because imagine they want just, but Arsenal is the right fit because why? They do have any striker, so you know game time guarantee. And but me sure most players.
But you can go on different lower tier club.
So me say not tier, but me sure say yo, Because I never lower tier clubs want him. I be a top club in Juventus. And even I'm saying Madrid at one
So,
time.
well, even go
Them
Juventus.
don't want him most, means they don't play me.
No, but Juventus. No, I tell you, because Juventus signed the youth name from Florentina.
No, Vlahovic not scoring a goal for them.
No, but you know, you don't know, him don't know, him want know say yo. At the moment, him are the main person. Me know for sure him adjust it and look at it say yo, him go link up against like Benzema. We are him in terms of striking. Him look up on position and say yo, him more competitive than Nketiah. So me choose you as Arsenal. The same can say about Sterling. Sterling look at it and say yo last season, all even at the game. Even good not mention it too, because him say yo the game before the Aston Villa game. Him never play and him say yo same thing. Kind of paper as a road to him. Assume him never start, he never get the start. And the mere fact that yo Sterling have to come off at the bench in the game there. And even a Real Madrid game, for example, Sterling look at that and say yo I work up here. You don't know which player can improve in a them position. So he need to go somewhere where starting is more likely than.
And it's for from the dip too.
Exactly.
My thinking too, brother. Now for the man them where they are cities, they probably get fed up. Them can't bother with this rotation. They want to play a game. What we Sterling, I remember I think last season them they want to give him a contract, you know. But the man never there sign. I guess him they want more game time. And when the season starts, I think him never there play, you know. Him never there play. Him dropped by Grealish, you know, never there play, man. And then them bring him on. Then him still not sign. So I think probably next year him contract would end. So probably them want to let him go free. Them get the money off him now.
They both in the 1 year, so yeah, the best possible if you just say sell him. If him not go sign, sell a player. Because if I don't want to sign a contract, him not with your club. Him not feel like say him loyal to this club anymore. So basically, if I can make a money off for them, make money.
But me think to you know, brother, the City want to change probably for them style of play. And I feel them want to play probably more like a Liverpool, and them are going to play more a consistent side for this season.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I feel say I'm getting in Holland. So but as I said before, but just want to see things before my pass my little prediction. More see how I adjust it. For me, if you say them want to play more a flowing game now. Because them have skill on the wing them, you know.
Well, Jenks, but Shaz, as I put Alan
in terms of what you say, Guna, in terms of what you say, the reason why I'm going to choose Kane over Alan in that aspect is because it is proven.
Okay,
and I've been thinking I think that no time soon, so probably if signing Kane, you can get at least a 5 year time.
I think in Man City play Kane that actually fit better, way better than Alan. Just ask him.
Right now.
Well,
just ask me. I'm not sure. Ask me. You may ask.
Me no know. To be honest, me no know. Because if I be there, you'd have to go do something.
Shaz,
Man
City got Hurricane 2 seasons ago. Man City are win Champions League, English League back to back.
No, but we are saying name. No, but same time. No, but we are the same time. Kane. The reason why I say that time Kane is a bit of proven striker, yes, in the sense that him acclimatized to the league, him did week, he must score 20 plus goals every season.
And not just the goal he must score now, Shaz. Much striker in the world. Play like I must say Benzema. When I say play like play coming at the midfield, dropping at the midfield, link up play the midfield of them, and still not the 18 back on the final product. This score.
No, but I'm not sure you know. You see, me fact. It's like I mentioned the same thing pertaining to Dartman and Alan or them player. Look at it. If Kane in a City side, we don't need to come in the midfield. What you think he might look? Because basically that's the look one in a sense of Alan in the league now, you know. Because Kane would need to come in the midfield if he play for City, you know.
Him not need to do that again because Benton Cordell.
No, I'm just saying no. I said just if we see him look good they look at it and I say yo, if Alan is sitting over here, he might go stay under number 9. Probably the same thing you say about Hurricane would need to come. Hurricane is a side of them sit back. So most time you find Hurricane in the midfield. In our side of City have the ball in most cases. Have the superstar midfielder passing around. You don't feel Kane wouldn't be play the way he play in a Tottenham system at City.
Before we go to their system, as they said, I agree with that. Says Kane wouldn't have a need to drop back so deep because it would be a better team, a better players on him. But the important factor is this: how Kane play, the quality that Kane has in his technical ability, his ability to link up with the midfield, play the ball in midfield, tick it up,
Yeah, give him the edge over Alan.
that would be superior to anywhere. So
Yeah.
assist
Yeah.
no people.
No, but we're not saying, but Alan at 22, brother. Kena what? 28, 32, 29. So you have a lot of years where Alan can develop from anything.
What time to
So
develop?
probably,
I'm going to say,
if
Pep suppose Pep can do, Pep not world class coach, man.
I mean, I say, but it's all about loyalty, brother. You see me?
Shaz,
But you know what Kane do, that link up play in the midfield where Kane do. You know it's tactical, it's not even intentional, it's tactical to draw the wide players in the channel. Basically, yeah, it's like Son and Kolovsky, they basically move from the line and come in inverted and Kane give them the ability to come in the channel and be a threat from within the channel. So while the players transitioning, most time them play counter attacking. Then Kane now that they're on top of the box. So if them come in and then if you get ball on top, Kane is there to finish. Can they on top?
Yeah. All right. So assist, Shaz. Lead assist. I forgot who that. A long time with there, no. 2-1 over there. Running assist. Shaz, come now. Assist. Not tell you no Shaz.
Well, assist. I tell you, we don't win, but let's see how De Bruyne assist go. But as you say, it's a World Cup here. We don't know what will happen. We know what will happen, but I think De Bruyne will be up there. Salah possibly. Chen, for example. Chen potentially.
One. Not do so much.
All right. May I go with Kevin De Bruyne?
Kevin De Bruyne. The great KDB.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Honestly, I give it to Odegaard.
Odegaard. Not bad.
Yeah, I give it to Odegaard.
Classic. Assist.
Chin.
Saka might surprise with too.
Could see, no? Lanesra.
Come on, boss. At De Bruyne, I give it, no, because I say, yeah, De Bruyne, I give it. As much as Odegaard have Jesus can work with. But if Arsenal now score amount of goal, City have a score right now.
Well said. I agree with that. For me still.
We shall see.
Three players I have, you know. Three players I have. I have Odegaard, Alcantara, KDB. And the only reason why KDB get it over Alcantara because I think Man City likely to score more goals than Liverpool this season.
No, but
Alcantara score more, get more assists than Trent.
That means it too. Una.
Trent the bigger assist than Liverpool.
All right. But we have to realize now, say, Liverpool are play. Liverpool actually take them time at changing style of play.
We not change something, you know what City? Pay cast in the box, do we?
All right.
Trent the corner, you know, brother.
True, set piece. That's
with big Van Dijk on the back of wait for it, you know.
For me, you know, said we Matip.
They have it one.
Was Mr.
Hey,
assist goal scorer. Oh, player of the season. Player of the season. Yeah, Sean, player of the season.
Aye. Player of the season. Son.
It's a very good choice, you know, man. That is a very, very good choice. Classic player of the season.
Thiago Alcantara.
Another good choice. Alcantara. Shaz.
Is De Bruyne get the most assists, brother? De Bruyne get the player of the season, brother.
Brother. Man, I left from not all left Man City.
De Bruyne got World Cup in a brother. De Bruyne got World Cup in a Belgium and do good at World Cup, you know.
But not top if I got World Cup. Bro, if De Bruyne 2 foot and broken, still got World Cup, go play with the hand.
Belgium golden years done, man. They when they win World Cup, they don't win that one.
Yeah, you don't need years, brother. You know, golden.
Golden years done. France are take that, man. France all the way. What I say now, Salah me I give it now. Be fair, probably the only reason they don't give Salah probably choose Salah consistent. So probably them say even if him score leading goal score, probably them not give him still.
I will get
but
the last season.
Salah me I give, man.
I will get the last season. KDB.
Salah get it, brother.
Salah get it last season?
No.
Salah
You sure
Salah
Salah get
get-
it last season?
Salah get the top.
Salah was the
scorer.
leading assist. I think he was the
Salah
leading
get it,
assist, and he think him tie with golden boots too.
And
So more
Salah
than
get
likely
it.
probably I him.
Sure him get it.
Yeah.
I know I get the most assists last season. I think.
Nah, man. You're not sure another KDB get it last season, man?
No man, I get the most assists, brother.
Brian,
Nah,
Salah get the
nah,
most assists, and Salah was tied for golden boots. So more like it. I him can outplay De Bruyne in a both assist and goal. So I'm going to give him it over it.
All right. For me, still, I don't think Salah will get it. As I said, still Salah now score amount of goal and score last season. The absence of Mane going to be a big problem for Liverpool.
I
This
believe
season.
so. Yeah.
That is the reason I say Liverpool now score so much goal again this season. Remember now, even though Sadio Mane is not on penalty, Sadio Mane normally scored.
Absent of Mane gives Salah more freedom and more responsibility.
Exactly.
Goals.
Exactly, it's a big hit.
For more selfish.
Exactly.
But I like that.
If Salah
They want to selfish.
if Salah scored 20 goals this season, 11 no tight of Mane assist. Either by a penalty, he win a penalty, or I put it on his foot. So, for me, top player for this season, I think it got very much. You know, you may say people, when I go cost me for the one I say, but the one I come Arsenal, I get Saka. Saka get it.
Saka never
I
get
know why
a
I say Saka. Don't in the middle part of the season, I'm not gonna go see why I say Saka.
Saka never
People-
get
Saka
a
improve still, you know. I don't tell a lie.
When Saka was 17 years old, I said Saka is the closest thing to Lionel Messi. People me said from my Twitter, you know, you want to see the amount of beat me get from my Twitter. If the Twitter account never ban, but I show you when me say it. I said Saka is the closest thing in regards to how him play to Lionel Messi.
But you know, if you tell you the truth, as an Arsenal fan, you know, when him start get Pepe game, you know, I never feel him better than Pepe, you know. But I not tell a lie, brother. The man I improve. The man I improve.
That's even them.
I see what Arteta see in him. What me never see when him a play over Pepe.
You want to look one, right?
Hello?
Saka at age 17 break into the Arsenal squad. At age 18, cementing position. Saka at age 19 break into the England squad. And Gareth Southgate himself say it very much I hardest player to look past. He's the hardest player to look past. Saka. Just remember that. Remember that. And there's a reason why Guardiola.
Like Europe.
There's a reason why Guardiola and Klopp always are watching. All right, so
But City look at them, they want him, you know.
Guna, me see reason why them Guna.
Yeah?
Me see reason why them ban a Twitter page. If you make that big old ball come in there.
I say. Yo, good if you got jail. You don't forget.
Migla season, you see what I laugh now? The Migla season, on a gorilla.
Hey.
That's what I'm telling you.
Hey,
When me
good,
say, I said it when Saka was in the academy.
Hey,
because
good
I
if you get
was doing coverage of the academy players, right?
But Guna, me ask a question. How did you come to this analogy right now? So Saka I go be the player this season. Just tell me, give me some things what Saka go do. Like my go top assister, top goal scorer. I want because if he not the rank, if he get player this
All
season.
right. Listen to this now. Saka will have double figures in goal, double figures in
And that's
assist.
maybe it's
So you are going to
No. Last season, Saka had 12 goals. 12 goals he have, 12 or 11. 12 or 11 goals he have last season.
He was the highest goal scorer. I think at 12 enough.
12 goals and 9 assists last season. 9 assists?
Yeah,
about that.
12 goals, 9. Listen, no. We're talking about a 19-year-old. 12 goals, 9 assists. 12 goals, 9 assists. How much goal contribution that? 20 plus goal contribution that at 19 in the Premier League.
21.
And guess what now with Saka? Well, a lot of people don't know. In a struggling Arsenal team, he had 12 goals, 9 assists. This season, Saka will be on penalties. Saka will be on penalties and set pieces.
Over
through the
Jesus.
entirety of the season.
Over Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes,
I am at the penalty, man. Until he miss couple them, I am at take it. But remember, Jesus probably take And I like someone who has a penalty taker, but the penalty when him take when him the need to prove himself, him no miss.
Saka, listen to me, people. Saka have a higher penalty conversion than Jesus.
Not in Euros though.
Come on, man. That just one game that. When I beat the man with one game, man, one game that's in a man. I beat one game.
Like that make him or break him, you know. Remember when him the wanted the penalty, you know, and Mahrez take it from him and Mahrez missed, you know. Then the next one him cover that, him get it and him missed, you know. They realize he don't take no more penalty.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Him take penalty after the first and score.
If they take off,
After Euros, yeah, after Euros.
So this season, Saka possible clock 15 goals and roughly 14 assists or more this season. Roughly 13 assists.
If we're alive, we
listen to this now, Shots.
Saka now scored 30 plus goal assist in the league.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Last season, Shots, he scored 20 plus he scored last season. In our team, lesser quality around him.
So why the man? Yeah, I agree with the military. I say that a point in that direction. Say the man have Jesus can work over with assist, and the man depend penalty. So why the man can't do it?
Not only Jesus, he will have a bodyguard who will be at a higher level.
But Guna, that's a question. What do you mean?
Martinelli was a more refined player than ever.
Guna,
and a better striker.
You mentioned Gunas there, mentioning players that were there from last season. Probably only Jesus and Zinchenko and probably the youth from Vera. Same name? The youth come in. What are you talking about, brother?
Last season, Saka get 12 goals and 7 assists in all competition, you know.
12 goals and 7 assists.
Yeah, say I talk about 20 goals now.
That 19 goal contribution that. I'm going to tell you, this season, it will go double. It will go double.
If you double, Son have a higher output, Kane, Son have a higher output than that, De Bruyne have a higher output than that.
You notice the players that we talk about, right?
You forget player season.
You notice the players that you talk about in comparison to 19-year-old.
Player season.
You notice, hold on, man. You notice 20. Listen to what I'm saying, man.
Age the matter.
You hear what you say? KDB, Son, Hurricane, Salah. Who else?
Even Foden.
What Foden?
Even Foden better play for Saka.
Let's say Foden a better player for Saka?
No, of course.
Listen to what I'm saying.
No, man. Foden is better than some of them, man.
I dispute what I say, but just
remember. Dispute, but
all right.
Foden probably does look better as a player, but
bro, last season, about 2 seasons ago, right? Me and some Arsenal people get fall in an argument because of a same Nketiah.
Last season's Foden get 14 goal level assists. Season before 16 goals.
Unless game time than Saka.
But you notice the team of Foden in.
Who?
You notice the team of Foden in.
So that match I should say Foden never asked more than man.
Okay, if Saka did that City, Saka would be a left back right now. Saka would be a left back as in class.
All right. Well, me glad so not talking though. Hey, you see, me glad so not talking.
Probably would have be a left back, you know, but no, if him do a City now, I'll take him and take Mahrez game as much as me rate Mahrez. The coach them rate Saka over him.
Brother, I'm not in live.
Before we come off, we could do last thing now, man. What do game week 1 prediction? Match week 1 prediction.
I got to fire the gas.
Well on, gentlemen, before come off, before man get vexed.
Right, that's what Mr. Baggy is closest thing to Messi. Military government, that's it.
Boy, all right. Me don't talk to them. We can't come back to it. Hear me now.
Classic. Arsenal and Crystal Palace to all.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Let's get clarified, you know.
All right, come in. We could start now.
3-1 Gunners.
Yeah, I want to Crystal Palace and beat some team in the youth.
Classic.
3-1 Gunners.
Yeah,
all right, classic.
I'm going to analytic brain. I'm thinking with the predict this already. Let me see. Arsenal, Crystal Palace. Arsenal like pre-jinx, you know. So, all right, 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal. Well said. Lanesra.
2-1 me I give you, 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1. Me I go for 3-1 Arsenal. Next game. Classic. Fulham Liverpool.
No, Fulham Liverpool. 5-0.
5-0. No, that's skirt. Lanesra.
The
Fulham
last time
Liverpool.
Liverpool
4-1 me I give you,
4-1. Shots.
Yeah, 4.
Liverpool Fulham.
But full of
4-love.
full.
Yeah, Sean.
1-0 to Fulham.
Papa Dread.
Who said that? 1-0 to Fulham.
Me I say Liverpool
Okay,
4-0.
Bobby Reed.
Hey, if he's a betting man, man, if you did gamble, man, you don't have the house,
When you say last time Fulham beat Liverpool.
Bobby Reed. Brother, remember Anfield, but that was a half season. Everybody did injure.
Yeah.
Bobby Reed. Yeah, Sean. Bournemouth Aston Villa.
Bournemouth, Aston Villa 2, Bournemouth 1.
Shads.
Yeah, me can say the same.
2-1. Lanesra.
Yeah, man, that me I predict, hopefully Bailey get a goal too, or assist. I feel him at that still.
Yeah, I'm do well in that game now.
Either a goal or assist he might get.
Classic.
3-1. Leon Bailey 2 goal and 1 assist.
Close as skirt. What a start to the season.
Yes, sir.
Fantasy football man.
If that ever happen, my content will be booming. Me I say 1-0 Aston Villa. You see, personally, when we watch Bournemouth in the season, them have a really good team. Them play some good football. What can do some stuff. But me will still. But me I say 1-0 Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa can stand up. Leeds United versus Wolves. Yeah, Sean.
Leeds versus Wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves 2, Leeds 1.
Lanesra.
Right, 2-0 me I give them now. Leeds have too much defense, too much injury,
Yes,
and them not strengthen them side. So Wolves look good in the preseason, 2-0.
Shaz.
The possibility 12 no good.
Classic.
So
Classic.
2-1 Wolves.
2-1 Wolves. Wolves look good. Wolves finished the season last season good as well. Wolves is a very good team. May I say Wolves 3-0.
Chayo the fast and food in it.
He's backing us, so you know. Newcastle versus
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. Yeah.
2-1 for me. 2-1 for Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle.
Yeah.
1-1, me expect Newcastle to buy more baller for this campaign. And Nottingham Forest, I think them get the most baller for this transfer window. So
Nottingham
them
Forest.
side definitely stronger. Yeah, I think them buy the most baller. Them not spend the most, but I think them buy the most addition. So them have some good baller coming. So a 1-1 may I say.
Classic. Nottingham Forest.
Send Master in the Kwame Sans in France City something, 3-0. No, 3-1. You know what I mean? Then Johnson goes score for Nottingham Forest and St. Maximin goal score and assist. Remember France City.
3-0 Newcastle. I think Nottingham Forest purchased too much baller. They disrupt the flow of what them have last season coming to the new Premier League. I think they shouldn't do that. I saw the same thing that.
You can't Lingard in down there.
Eh?
You can't Lingard in down and some price and say them get 3 love.
Yeah, go see.
Mad. Lingardino.
I same thing Fulham the season before. And then just go straight back down. And then they couldn't win that game. Next game, Tottenham versus Southampton.
Bedford beat them last season first game, bonus.
Tottenham 2-0.
Tottenham 2-0.
That's my teeth, my score,
Shot.
No, man, that may I get them, man.
I think 3 love would be Tottenham best bet. 3 love.
Classic.
2-0 Tottenham.
Yeah, shot.
Kane and Son.
Repeat who Tottenham play again.
Southampton.
Tottenham will give them 4.
Whoa.
Me I said Tottenham 4-2. I think Hurricane and Son are going to strike. Me not put Son on my FPL still, but I hope that in pricing too expensive, man.
Match
It's either for me.
When is the FPL league?
Yeah?
I'm joining.
I'm a giant area, man.
They put so now our league.
They create a league, man.
So need to send the code, man, for join it up.
All right. Yeah, man, that's not hard. Classic, if you can drop the link in the comment section, make some people join it. Everton versus Chelsea. Good matchup this.
Fleming to Manchester United rose goal.
Big up Rose Goal. Classic. Everton versus Chelsea.
1-1 draw.
Close on skirts. No ratings for Chelsea. Lanesra.
Chelsea win that 5-0. No, Everton now score 1 goal. My Calvert-Lewin injured. Randon suspended. Them now on a striker. Most of them ball of them injured. Chelsea gonna kill them, brother. Everton now get relegated this season. Remember me tell you.
Liverpool. Everton. Lampard. I first man forget it.
Brother, them no, the side them Coleman injured. Nobody them no buy and them have so much injury on them side.
Probably might bring 3 youngsters.
They buy McNeil, man. They buy McNeil.
McNeil ready, brother, from Burnley. Burnley used to play for.
Yeah.
Yeah. People.
Classic,
in the comment section.
In the
comment section, when I go see the FPL, so you can join the FPL. For those who play Fantasy Premier League, you guys can join it. For me, I think Chelsea are going to win it.
And it's still full. It's still full. So probably about a couple of people alone can
so now limit on it.
16 you put it.
15.
16.
So Jan, who catchy.
So I think Chelsea are gonna beat Everton 3-0, 2-0. I'm gonna say 2-0. Last set of games then we have Leicester City versus Brentford. Lannerza.
Leicester Brentford. Well, I don't know what them suicide. So but I just say 0-0, yeah.
0-0.
I know what I got this. But we know what they watch them side.
Classic.
I give them a 0-0.
3-0 Leicester.
3-0 Leicester. Love sounds good. Shaz.
Brentford 2-1.
I go Brentford 2-1 too. Yeah, man. Brentford have a good team, you know. Brentford have a really good team, man. Next match, Manchester United versus Brighton. Shaz.
Manu will win 3-1.
Lows and skirts.
Right there.
Go with Shaz to 3-1 Manu.
Lanesra.
2-1 man you lose, you know.
I think Manuel lose 1-0. You see the coach of
Man, you have too much problem with them side right now, yeah, man.
Exactly. Thank you very much. But you have to walk on, man. It's a Brighton coach.
Yeah.
Brighton play one of the 3 teams them now Premier League will play best football in regards to keeping possession of the ball. I'm not talking about this gung-ho thing like what Liverpool are play. Brighton, Arsenal, and Manchester City. Smooth sailing football, you know, classic knock-on move. Liverpool, yeah, we know how to play. We know, you know, this gang business and them, you know, cook it up.
Man, you hot, brother. Man, you go beat up Brighton, brother.
Yo, 10 AG, you know, man. Tiki taka.
Man, you play some. Yeah, man, I go beat up. Watch out, go on. 3-1 Brighton again.
Yeah. Ericsson, debut.
I think Brighton I go really well. Brighton get a big hit still with Bissoma out, but I think Brighton still I go have really good
I guess can't say that good word.
And then possible Cucurella not play and possible Cucurella not today.
So you know Chelsea, I think Chelsea that never confirm it.
They not confirm it yet.
I confirm it. In my work on you now. I want Lamb to tier 2 teeth. Anyways, West Ham versus Man City for the last game. Shaz, start off with you. He's a Man City man.
Feel like that jar, you know. Feel like that jar. Feel like that game go jar. City ever start slow, you know. So feel like that game go jar probably 2-2.
And when I work in that when you play now, 2 team of Man City don't want to play.
Follow my predictions for.
A 2 team Man City don't like play. 3 teams. Tottenham, West Ham, Crystal Palace. Man City 80 team them, my friend. Worst in them for Man City play.
Them play defensive ball game, brother. All in London side them defensive, all them defensive so.
Sit back and catch them on counter.
Yeah, be a counter ball London side them play. That's Chelsea, brother.
Yo, that's a me Chelsea, you know. Yo, me hate, yo, burn the FC, you know, burn the Mark 2, you know, man.
Sit back and play a counter ball game.
You know, man.
Classic.
You know.
Man City, West Ham.
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
And
Eh?
That's a Man City.
Alan has scored 2.
I want to give them 2-1, you know, but fees they talk about 2-2. That's what I'm going 2-2, yeah.
2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean, last game. Man City, West Ham.
Aye. 4-2. 4-2 to Man City.
City have flagged them, brother. About 5 West Ham I get. That them say West Ham I get play 2-2 first season. Now 5 I get, brother. I think that will give them 5, brother.
No, you have to give them a fighting chance. Maybe that's a 4-2.
All right. For me, I think Man City I go box them up. I mean, I said 3-0.
4-2. Can't 5-4-2.
Me I said 3-0. Here go on, people. All right, so I last. I should have still now do the prediction the last thing. We cover basically everything. Everyone who tuned in. Yeah?
I'm gonna ask a question, the brother.
Military, which coach first to get the boot? Lampard. Me think a Lampard.
Me agree.
I think a Lampard. Anyways, people, 2 hours had now we gone on. Boy, I never noticed they should have run so long. See,
Hey, military.
Arteta for get the boot.
When you see me battery blink, when you see me can't
Yeah.
hold it.
My battery I got to.
Yo, Arteta for get the boot.
Me have to close off now. So,
Other
Yashan,
than that one.
thanks for coming on. I really appreciate the support, you know?
Yep.
I'm really
Yeah, man, no problem.
the next show and next week again. Next week Monday we won't do the match reviews. I'll do the match reviews next week Monday. If anything, probably we can do the nightly match reviews. Me not sure. Me have to see how we can work it out. I don't know if me have a whole person to do, whole per coverage. Lanarsa, big up, massive respect. Thanks for coming on, bro. Really appreciate it. Every time. Shazam Classic, don't know, you know. I want anything I'll say, you know. Really appreciate it. So, people, I'll see you guys again. Thanks for tuning in. I see you guys for the match reaction. So look out for more of the EPL content coming out. And you don't know, so I'm going to do something on the side differently for the Arsenal people. That different. You don't know, say a few things that, you know. Now, Arteta we trust, just like I would trust the process. Don't know.
What the fans say, just so safe.
I have no excuse.
I'm Mohammed. Big up people. I'll see you
JFF out.
JFF out.